My first horror game is getting me canceled. And the weird part is, I kind of deserve it. I made this multiplayer game in 7 days for a competition. To complete it, I took shortcuts like using assets, including this model. I knew of Poppy Playtime, but at the time I had never played it. And since this asset said it was free to use, I assumed it was fan-made and that I could use it in my own game. The internet did not like that. So I made some new concept art for Flopsy, but I'm not sure I should make the 3D model for this or whether this project is cooked. My first horror game is getting me canceled. And the weird part is, I kind of deserve it. I made this multiplayer game in 7 days for a competition. To complete it, I took shortcuts like using assets.
Alright, made it! Hey, come here. Can you help me decipher what this note means? Is that the Mind Flayer from Stranger Things? So if we throw insults at it, it'll go away? No, that's how you defeat Pennywise. Wait, is it the Mind Flayer made of smoke? So if we grab a fan, will it just blow away? Huh, I kinda like that idea. But before we do it, let's ask Zoro. Zoro, what do you think? Alright, made it! Hey, come here. Can you help me decipher what this note means? Is that
If you don't love me, say it. Stay with me.
After Dinophobia came out, I made a pretty bold claim that literally all of FNAF 4 is fake. Not to say that it's a game or anything, but to say that literally none of it happened. It could all be a simulation by William Afton to either study fear or maybe recreate the life of the crying child that did happen. The goals are unclear, and admittedly, at the time it was kind of a stretch. But knowing what we do now, especially after
There you go.
Lucky contestant! What a surprise! Don't worry your mask-covered head. I'm the real Frankie, and totally not a lazily written plot device to add a twist to the story to keep our viewers entertained, so we can avoid going bankrupt.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premises of Frankie's Parkour Palace, who seem to be 3 of the 4 unfortunate contestants chosen to participate in the company's last game show before bankruptcy. One contestant seems to still be
Well then.
and potentially alone.
Well, now that pleasantries have been exchanged, you have a journey to continue. I'll set you on your path. Go towards the last remaining elevators and I'll guide you.
There you go.
Lucky contestant! What a surprise! Don't worry your mask-covered head. I'm the real Frankie, and totally not a lazily written plot device to add a twist to the story to keep our viewers entertained, so we can avoid going bankrupt.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premises of Frankie's Parkour Palace, who seem to be 3 of the 4 unfortunate contestants chosen to participate in the company's last game show before bankruptcy. One contestant seems to still be
Well
on the
then.
premises and potentially alone.
Well, now that pleasantries have been exchanged, you have a journey to continue. I'll set you on your path. Go towards the last remaining elevators and I'll guide.
Poppy Playtime is getting a movie, and the timing is definitely suspicious. So yes, they've just confirmed that they're officially making a movie, but what's interesting is that this is only a couple months after Bendy and the Ink Machine announced that they were making a movie as well. So why? Well, obviously the insane success of the FNAF movie has influenced these other indie horror game companies to cash in. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Hello Neighbor and a Garden of Banban movie announced within the next few weeks. You may think I'm joking, but if they can make an Among Us TV show, it's obvious Hollywood is willing to adapt anything. The only thing that concerns me is that Poppy Playtime isn't even fully out yet. Only 3 chapters are, and the devs have said there could be as many as 10 total. So we have no idea if they can stick the landing or not, but we'll just have to see. And speaking of Poppy Playtime, I'm going live today and finishing Chapter 3, no matter how much I struggle. Tap the playhead down here or check out my channel's live tab. But now you know how Poppy Playtime is getting a movie, and the timing is definitely suspicious. So yes,
I'm bored. Dude, are you okay?
Date or die.
I
You
do
go
not
fucking
see
fight.
any-
We gotta go.
I had 7 days to make a multiplayer horror game in a $1,000 competition against 3 developers who actually enjoy this whole horror thing. I thought I was signing up for a friendly challenge, but this project would push my dev skills to their limits and bend my will to the point of breaking. The other devs all have experience making horror games. Meanwhile, this is the scariest thing that I've made. The $1,000 is a great prize, but there's possibly something even bigger looming. The YouTuber hosting and judging this competition has over 5 million subscribers. So if my game ends up sucking, it's likely to get publicly roasted in front of millions of people. No pressure. The theme we got was Backrooms. I know everyone calls me Yunk, short for Young Uncle, because I'm so tapped into all what's cool, and honestly, I have no idea what the Backrooms are. Okay, from what I gathered, it seems like people just kind of make up new lore and then throw it on a wiki, but I have come across something that has kind of clicked: arcade machines, because it kind of lines up with the only horror references I can pull inspiration from: Poppy Playtime, FNAF, and Stranger Things. So I've decided that this game will be in an 80s Backrooms arcade. Before I got too deep into the level, I wanted to make a main character model that I could work with. I call him Ed. Hey Ed. Instead of putting clothes on him, I just slapped on a sensor bar and called it a day. Because I can't help myself, there's a 10% chance that one player's sensor bar will be smaller than everyone else's. If I end up not being able to scare anyone, at least I can hit them with a small pee-pee joke. Here's the core game idea. You and your friends get trapped in a cursed arcade. Earn tickets by playing arcade games, avoid the mascot, and try to escape before you get turned into a prize on the shelf. Making a multiplayer game is already a big ask, so this might be too ambitious. I guess we'll see how that goes. I like the idea I came up with yesterday, but it admittedly focuses on gameplay more so than the Backrooms theme. So I'm going to rely on the atmosphere to communicate a Backrooms vibe. I've been studying the Backrooms environments, and I think I figured out how to get what I'm looking for. The key is to make players feel unsettled even when there's not an active threat. Pulls did this really well, using small spaces to make players feel trapped, large indoor spaces that make players feel insignificant, and places so still that any sound feels like an assault on something sacred. There's also generally random stuff strewn about to make you question why it's there. So to get started, I turned the arcade into a huge synthwave warehouse. 80s bowling alley carpet, fog, neon lights, big open room that makes you feel small, and in the middle, the winner's circle. I dropped a Huggy Wuggy model in here as a temporary Flopsy. I plan on remodeling him later, and I think it sells the vibe for now. I wanted the arcade to unfold when you arrive, like it's kind of waking up. The doors slide open, and Flopsy is the focal point in the distance. As your team walks out, banks of lights turn on one by one, each one with this old CRTV power on sound. I made all of the lights real time, but to keep performance under control, there are only about 9 lights active around the player at any time. The engine actually does this on its own, but it creates popping where lights suddenly turn on and off. So I handle it on my own to smoothly fade the lights in and out. I did little dust motes that spawn in a small box around the player. They're simulated in world space, so the player never really notices that the effect is just local to them. And then I wired up in-game voice chat, so everyone's voice echoes through the arcade. Hello? Today we got our first twist. Mine was to add a case file to the game, which was the perfect excuse to add an interaction system. You can pick up and throw objects, zoom in to read notes, and then yeet them across the arcade. I've used this in other games, so I know it's a good foundation to build the game on. To finish out the day, I remodeled Flopsy and made some basic AI so that he roams around after a timer hits 0. I made the sound of the light turning off slightly too loud to give it some jump scare potential.
Oh my lord, that's loud.
A lot of what makes something scary is the anticipation of it. So I decided to make it so that you can hear when Flopsy is coming by adding a honking sound to his footsteps. At the end of the night cycle, Flopsy plays a different honk sound to give the players an audio cue, runs back to the winner circle, and once he's there, the day phase starts again. I felt good about the project before I went to sleep last night, but now that I've woken up and realized that we're more than halfway through the competition, I am starting to get a little worried. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I feel like when I get stressed like this, my ADD kicks itself into hard mode. And for whatever reason, I start trying to work on everything at the same time. So knowing that about myself, I'm going to do the only logical thing I can think of and put Ryder into Zen mode and turn off my other monitor. Yesterday, I started the AI for the main enemy in this game, but after some playtesting, it had a pretty big flaw. I was detecting when players would get within a certain radius of Flopsy, and then he'd roar and start chasing them. But the problem is, as soon as he roars, players naturally sprint away and leave the radius. On Flopsy's first roar, there's a building of tension, and then because there's no player to chase, he just goes back to roaming. And a terrifying clown monster isn't so terrifying if it doesn't chase. So I'm going to revert my implementation from yesterday and take a new approach based on smell. The new idea is that as players walk around, they'll leave behind a scent that Flopsy can pick up on as he's squeaking around the map. So he'll start chasing players after he smells them. It may sound complicated, but I actually built the whole system in about 2 hours. It's amazing what you can do when you're able to fully focus, and even better when you have tools that allow you to do that. JetBrains is sponsoring this video, but I've been using Ryder for years. It's one of those tools where I just feel like we're on the same wavelength. The cool thing is that JetBrains didn't tell me what to say here. They just want me to let you know that Ryder and some of their other IDEs are now free for non-commercial use. So if you're a hobby dev or just building side projects for fun, you can try the full version and see if you love it as much as I do. There's a link in the pinned comment to go download Ryder, and a huge thanks to JetBrains for supporting indie developers like me and sponsoring this video. There was no random twist today, so I decided to secretly implement my own. I got each of my competitors' emails from their YouTube channel and sent them a fake love letter from an adoring fan. Hopefully that serves as a bit of a distraction because I need to rethink my scope. I don't think I'm going to have time to implement all of the different arcade machines, but what I do have is an interaction system where I can pick up and throw different objects. So I'm just going to simplify things and make it so that players can get tickets by finding items and putting them into bins around the map. It's less interesting than the arcade games, but I'm hoping if I make the random objects unique enough, it'll still be a solid game loop. It's day 5 and I got a new twist. Add a shrine of one of the other devs. So I made a little Barry worship corner. I threw some thumbnails that I got from his channel into frames, added candles, and turned it into a full-on mini cult. Just after this, Barry would quit the competition. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but it is weird to make a hex with someone's name in it and then have something bad happen to them. Then I focused on giving items actual abilities. Picking up and throwing stuff is fun, but it has a bit of a shelf life. So I started with the obvious, a flashlight. I grabbed a free flashlight from the asset store and added functionality to turn it on and off with a right click. There are different sounds for on and off and a cookie to give the light beam some texture. The one big missing piece at this point is a proper jump scare. Back when he made games, I saw Polymars do something I thought was kind of interesting. He used a second camera and monster for a jump scare. The Huggy Wuggy model I'm using has a jump scare animation cut from the player camera to the monster camera, vertically between Flopsy from the bottom of the screen so it looks like he's popping up, play a jump scare sound that has a really bassy first hit. I know it works because even when I know it's coming, it still scares me. In multiplayer, this ended up creating some surprisingly cinematic moments, especially when a player was holding a flashlight and you'd go back to just see a powered on flashlight laying on the ground and they're nowhere to be found. Guys! After the competition, I was curious about how Poppy Playtime did their jump scare. So I looked at some YouTube videos and broke it down frame by frame. The channel Horoscoped showed some of the game from Out of Bounds, and it reveals some surprising things. When the jump scare starts, there's a fast swing between the player camera and the camera attached to Huggy Wuggy's arms. My worry as a developer in this scenario was that there'd be clipping with the walls, but actually the model just unapologetically clips. When you see the jump scare in the vents, you can see that Huggy Wuggy is actually even standing, and you just never see that. You might also notice how the jump scare animation kind of looks like it never chomps down. The way that I achieved the effect of being eaten was by animating the field of view of the camera. Of course, all of this actually gets way more complicated in multiplayer, where other players actually have a third-person view. The way I ended up doing it with a separate camera ended up working in my favor because I could just run this standard third-person jump scare on the model and the first person off to the side. After the jump scare animation, the player sees Flopsy's perspective. I mostly did this because I thought it would make for a fun perspective in the YouTube video the host was making around our games. I chose that over implementing a revive mechanic because I figured I might have an edge at this point. One of the competitors dropped, Rug is sick, and Lazy is taking the last day off. Instead of adding new mechanics, I decided to fill out the level with different objects and make it feel a little more maze-like. It's day 6, and I have to add a secret area. The first judge to find the secret area is supposed to win some branded tech decks. I think this could be a good point to gain some brownie points with the judges, so I'm going to model the packaging and throw in purchasable prizes that represent the iconic features of the host and their friends. Then I scaled up big versions of the tech decks and put them on a secret half pipe in game that players can get to after going through a little maze section. One problem at the moment is that it's technically possible to soft lock yourself if you purchase too many things. Originally, the playable arcade machines would have fixed this, but since I cut that feature, I need a backup plan. So I went to Sketchfab and just downloaded a bunch of weird props. Baby oil, cool guy shades, a turd, mommy long legs, and a caked up Among Us. Some items just exist to be converted into tickets, while others make sounds or add to the chaos. The horn is especially good for trolling your friends into thinking Flopsy is nearby.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Stop. Scared me so much. I was like, what is it?
To end the day, I did a playtest and things went pretty well.
That's okay. It's still gonna get weird.
Are you naked?
Why you ask me that question?
Because you're naked. It's weird, dude. Everything that completed the core game loop was working, and it was definitely a big sigh of relief. Today is the last day, and I'm actually so beyond tired. I've basically been working from the time that I get up to the time that I go to sleep. That over a whole week has just taken its toll. It's too late to add any features because I won't have time to test them properly in multiplayer. So today I'm just going to focus on making what I have feel more complete. So I did keybinds for when you mouse over something so that it's clear when things have extra abilities. I did confetti and fireworks so that it's a little more exciting when the ticket goal is reached. I did a notification that tells players to go back to the elevator when it's time to escape. I also added a green panel in the elevator to close the doors and start the endgame sequence. I also recorded some announcer voice lines for the arcade.
Currently experiencing technical difficulties and our games are unavailable. For the time being, you can obtain tickets by depositing trash into the designated trash areas.
It's basically a tutorial disguised in some lore. Hopefully it'll make my game stand out. After the final day, all of the competitors played each other's games.
Fuck is that? Can you not go to Get out of there!
No. You can't
go. I'm going right. Oh, do not go right.
Listen,
oh my god, he rang the bell.
Dude! Help me!
I think this is parkour.
Going back to get whoever went down here. No! I shine my light on him!
Hey,
Hi.
we're holding hands.
Aw. Oh yeah, get both of us. Oh, come on! Dude, we're getting camped! And I have to say, the competition did feel pretty steep. Each game was pretty unique in its own way. But personally, for something that I built in a week, and for my first real attempt at horror, I was actually pretty proud of this Cursed Bunny arcade. The YouTuber to judge this is Socks4One and his band of friends. They have extensive experience making content for horror games. Socks hasn't uploaded a video to his channel with less than 1 million views since 2020, so at the very least, he knows how to make entertaining horror videos. I was confident after seeing them play the game.
Guys, this is amazing.
Why is Fox bar bigger than Nabway's bar?
God, this is so scary. It's so nice.
Oh, you got the.
Oh, wait, you stood up.
Whoa.
That's not good. Oh my
I think I woke him up.
Wait, he's moving. He's coming. He's running.
What did you do?
He's running after you.
What did you do?
Run.
Oh my god, he's dead.
He's eating socks.
But when it came to the judging, Rug's game was the unanimous favorite. And actually, my game ended up coming in last. Dual Wielded, who organized everything for Socks, told us not to take the scores too seriously because it was all meant for content.
There was 4 of me? 10 out of 10, bro.
But missing out on the $1,000 was still very real. For a couple of weeks, my copium was that the other devs said that they were surprised that my game didn't receive higher scores. That did make me feel better, but looking back, this was honestly just a miss. I focused too much on creating fun and silly opportunities for a video, and the core game loop suffered. But what makes this sting the most is how much overlap there was between my game and the winner. Both games were 3D horror with enemies, in-game voice chat, flashlights, and an objective to escape. You even start in an elevator in both. On paper, I think my game might even have more features. You can pick up and throw dozens of different items. There's a maze, a secret skate park, dynamic lights and music, prizes, all of that. The thing the judges kept praising about the other two games was their style and strong identity. I think my game looked solid, but it could easily blend into a wall of backroom horror games. Rug's game had a clear visual hook and a simpler, sharper identity. There were also some straight up design mistakes. If you died in my game, you were just dead. There were no revives. One of the judges walked in front of Flopsy during the safe day phase and instantly died, and then couldn't play for like 15 minutes. I knew that was a thing that could happen because it happened to me during testing, but I thought it was kind of funny. But I just restarted the game, and a group of friends isn't going to do that. A similar thing happened with exploration. I gave players a ton of freedom to split up and wander, which is cool in theory, but it meant that the most exciting moments I had in testing, like getting chased by Flopsy inside the maze, never happened to them. I added the whole keybind system, but players had already dismissed items as having any abilities, so they never tried any of the other things out. I don't know if a farting turd would have changed the score, but one can hope. Socks has a whole astronaut thing, so I put in an astronaut helmet, and they purchased the prize and tried to put it on his head, but I had disabled collision so they couldn't. In trying not to break anything, I think I may have accidentally engineered out some potential fun. There was an entire end sequence that the judges never got to experience because the flashing green panel in the elevator wasn't obvious enough to interact with. I think it may have needed some yellow paint. For this particular game, if players didn't see something, it might as well have just not existed. But if there's any silver lining, it's that the judges actually spent the longest time playing my game. That would be amazing if this was some free-to-play mobile game stuffed with ads, but in reality, it's a reminder that retention doesn't automatically mean enjoyment. For someone who
This is Ludwig about to play a horror game that I spent the past 7 days making. All because of This is Ludwig about to play a horror game that I spent the past 7 days making, all because of one video. Ludwig made a video where if his heart rate gets too high, the video ends. And it made me realize that literally nothing scares him. He watched like 3 hours of scary videos and his heart rate did not go up. The video only ended from him doing like butt kick exercises. Like he just started exercising. So when Ludwig made an announcement saying he's going to play games made by his chat 1 week from now, I knew this would be the perfect opportunity to finally scare this guy. All right, this won't be easy, but I have a few ideas. So the theme for this game jam is Coots, Ludwig's cats. All games must incorporate Coots in some way. So I think we already know who our monster is going to be. What does Ludwig's cat even look like? Hopefully Ludwig has a scary cat. Oh. Dang it! Why does Ludwig have to have the cutest cat ever? How am I supposed to make this scary? This might be harder than I thought. Alright, so whenever I try to make a monster by myself, they end up looking like this. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. But I know if I tried to model something, it would not be scary enough for Ludwig. So, I found this guy. He's from like this cursed like creepypasta thing. But look, I would never steal. So just give me 1 second. Okay, see, look, this is a totally different cat. Like, it's like a totally different color. Totally different eye color. I literally had to bend the ears to make it look like Coots. So I basically kind of made this by myself. Oh, this is going to be so cursed. All right, we need to find our animations. So I don't know why this thing is walking on 2 legs, but I guess if it's crawling, it'll kind of look like a cat. Okay, oh my god, this game is going to be so cursed. All right, and then we need our jump scare. So, but first, I want to show you the coolest sponsor I've ever had. It's actually crazy. It feels like it's from the future. This is the WoW Cube. It's like a puzzle cube mixed with a smart device. It has 24 interactive screens across 8 modules, and instead of just tapping a flat screen, you actually twist, tilt, and shake it, and it's super smooth. I was originally confused about what you can actually do with this, but there's so many games, puzzles, even widgets like a timer or night lamp. And my favorite part is that it's an open platform, so you can build your own apps and games for it. And it's not just for entertainment. It teaches skills like coordination, problem solving, and fine motor development while you play. This is just actually something I've never seen before. It's so weird and fun. And if you want to check it out, you can shop now at a limited time price with the link below. Thanks, WoW Cube. Now back to terrorizing Ludwig. So we're just in an empty scene. Nothing going on here. But if you turn around... Oh my god. It's actually creepy. I don't like how it sits like that. And if you get too close to Coots... Oh my god. That has to scare Ludwig, guys. That has to. So we have like a crazy jump scare now, but now we have to make like an actual game. And we have like 3 days left, so. Oops. So here's what I'm thinking for the game. Ludwig is really short. Most people know that. But a secret that most people don't know is that he's actually like 6 inches tall. Every morning, he just takes these height-enhancing pills to be a normal human size. Still much shorter than an average human, but something terrible happened. Ludwig dropped his pills, and they fell all over his room. And because he doesn't take them, he goes back to being super small. So we already have a giant, horrifying cat, but now we need a giant version of Ludwig's stream room. And it needs to be completely accurate, so I'm gonna try to map out his entire room by hand. Okay, I think this is the best view we're gonna get. So he has his desk in the front. He has a brown chair and a blue chair. And there we go. It's missing a little bit of detail, but it's a start. Okay, you know what? I'm not modeling this, okay? So I decided to collaborate with my friend who is a way better 3D modeler than me. So while he works on that, here's the plan. Coots is very, very hungry, specifically for miniature streamers. So the game is going to be parkouring across Ludwig's room and collecting your drugs. And if you fall, you get eaten alive, as we saw earlier, which did not scare me at all. But if you win, you return back to your normal height, 4 feet tall, and live happily ever after. Okay, our streamer room is ready. Wait, this is so fire. How did he make it like a photo? What? Guys, huge thanks to Nokoi. This looks a lot better than my attempt. Okay, we have it in the game, so let's see how it looks. Oh, this is so sick. We are running around Ludwig's actual stream room. I don't think this is possible though. Yeah. Okay, so I want to make a path that goes like from here to here. Basically, like, I want to make you go all the way around somehow. Okay, so let's add some of these like boxes. We can do like one here and then maybe one that's like this. All right, look at this parkour. You go from this box to right here. Oh no, please, 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 please. That wasn't my fault. My keyboard was glitching out, so. And then you can climb onto the chair. Can you get up here? No, Ludwig is really short. Okay, let's use this coffee cup and just kind of put it like right here. Now that I think about it, this makes no sense that he has a coffee mug on his chair, but just don't think too much about it. Now look at this crazy parkour. I don't think that's possible either. So let's make a little path with this random wooden plank. These are definitely very natural things to keep on your chair. All right, now we can go up here. Oh, we cooked, we cooked. Look at the beautiful desk. We definitely have to put something on the screen right here. And then you turn around and somehow we have to get over here. Wait, you know what would be cool? Imagine there's like a paper airplane here and you have to push it off the desk and then like jump on and fly to the chair. That would be so... Okay, hear me out. This is going to be so sick. Okay, I think this should work. I just kind of did like an animation where the plane gets pushed off the desk and then glides over to the chair. So, okay, so if you go up to the paper plane, it says, press E to launch. So let's go and like kind of stand on it and... Wait, no. Ready for takeoff. Let's go. Oh, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Oh, there we go. We did it. And now, ew. Oh God, it's so creepy seeing this up close. We should do more stuff like that. We could do like a pencil at the beginning that you have to push over to make a bridge. And we can put it like right here. Okay, I just made the animation. This one you push over and it falls and it becomes a bridge. Okay, now if you go up to the pencil, press E to push. Look at that crazy puzzle, guys. I'm a genius game designer. But we might be able to get to the end now. Let's see. So there, and then, oh, that's so creepy. Okay, I don't know about this jump though. Let's see. Yeah, we cannot do it. Okay, this one actually kind of makes sense. What if like on the end of the table, we can have like a phone? Okay, it's not the most natural phone placement, but it's kind of boring though. So there we go. There we go. a nice cute little wallpaper of your demonic cat that wants to kill you. But now we can get to the end. There we go. Now you can get to the end, but this is pretty boring. I want Ludwig's chats to be entertained, so we need to add some Ludwig references. Ludwig references. Shorts. Well, I guess I already did that one. I ran out of ideas pretty quickly and knew I would have to do some research. So I'm going to travel to meet Ludwig's biggest fan. Well, kind of. I'm traveling like 20 feet. I have a roommate that's like really obsessed with Ludwig.
Hey, bro.
Hi.
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me with something.
There's 3 hours left on the VOD. Can I finish the VOD?
Bro, are you watching 2 Ludwig videos at once?
I'm catching up and I'm watching an old one. It's Super Auto Pets. It's Super Auto.
What is Super Auto Pet?
Chat, this guy does not even know Super Auto Pets.
I had some like questions I wanted to ask you. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so.
Oh my god, this is just like the yard. Dude, I'll be Ludwig, you be Slime. I'll be Ludwig, you be Slime.
Okay, let's just get this done. How long have you been watching Ludwig for?
7 years. I was at the subathon. 31 days, 2021. I know everything. Ask me anything about Ludwig.
I am making a game about... I am making a horror game about Ludwig.
Wait, chat, you're a Ludbug too? Dude, Poggers! Poggers, little W.
Okay, I want to have some Ludwig references in the game. So I was wondering if you could like tell me about some of like...
Super Auto Pets. Ludwig is so addicted to Super Auto Pets. Chat literally tells him to stop playing and he keeps playing. He's amazing.
Okay, good to know, good to know.
Next is Nami from One Piece. Nami is so hot. Ludwig loves Nami.
Okay,
Pogo Stuck! Do you know Pogo Stuck? He rages. His rages are so W on stream. He gets so mad, but he beat it. And that's why he's Pog Champ.
Okay, so Pogo Stuck.
Pogo Stuck.
All right.
Did I mention how hot Nami is?
Yeah, you did actually.
Okay. Bloodbugs.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
No. We can watch Ludwig together. Look, he's streaming. He's streaming now. He's streaming Super Auto Pets. He has 21,000 viewers. No, get back! Get back! Get back!
I need to move out of here. But now we have our references. Okay, Super Auto Pets should be on the monitors. There we go. And then the right one should be like the stream software. So chat, just like spam like W Ludwig and Poggers and stuff, and it'll look like his chat. Perfect. Okay. And watch this, guys. So you go up to the monitor, press E to quit Super Auto Pets. You can't quit, you're addicted. The Ludwig fans are gonna love this one. Now let's put Nami right here. I swear, it's just a collector's item. And then let's just put like a pogo stick, just randomly on this couch. Very normal thing to have sitting on your couch. There we go. The fans are gonna love me. Gotta farm some W's in the chat. Now the final thing to do is hide the drugs. Okay, that sounded bad. It's not what you think. It's medicine. Okay, let's put one here, over here on the boxes, behind the coffee, behind the desk. This one might be really hard. And then what if we put one mid-air? So while you're going down the airplane, you have to somehow grab it. On the very end of this pogo stick, let's hide one behind this plant. And then the last one at the very end. And then when you beat the game, you are back to normal heights. So the game should be finished now, but let's see if it actually works. I added some sticky notes as a tutorial at the beginning, so. Ludwig, remember to take your height enhancing pills. 8 per day. Otherwise, you'll be so small that Coots might eat you. Haha, Just kidding. Obviously. Something tells me they aren't actually kidding. So our first puzzle, genius game design from Polymars. You have to go up to this pencil and press a button on your keyboard. There we go. So you jump up and you cross your new bridge. And then this must be one of our height enhancing pills. So let's see what happens. Now we have 1 of 8. I added a little blood stain here, you know, some environmental storytelling. Press shift to sprint. Do not fall. So you make your way, taking your drugs. I love taking drugs. He's gonna go up here, farm some laughs from the chat really quick, and then I feel like some of these are actually hard to find. Like, he might not think to go back here. And then another genius game design puzzle from Polymars. And you have to get this one midair, which is actually not that hard at all. Farm some more W's from the chat. Take your pill. Ignore the demon cat staring up at you. Jump up here. Jump to here. Go behind the plants. Check your phone for a bit. And then make the last jump. And there we go! The game works! Okay. But now, it's time to see if it's enough to scare Ludwig. Guys, it happened! Ludwig played my game. You probably knew that because otherwise this video wouldn't exist, but I am excited. Not only did he play it, Michael Reeves and Cutie Cinderella are about to play my game too. So my goal is to get 1 scream from each of them. Oh, I'm scared. I'm actually kind of scared to see this. Okay.
All right, let's move on to Furry Friend.
Furry Friend.
By Polymars.
That's me! That's me!
Okay, yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, we got a Jesus Christ. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Chat saying Polymars. Chat saying Polymars. Here we go, guys. Oh, no, already. Okay, I don't think that counts as a scream, but... Yes! Let's go! 1 down, 2 to go.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh.
It's basically a game of the floor is lava, but if you fall, the cat.
This game, that.
We gotta scream! We gotta scream! Another scream from Ludwig. Oh, it's too easy. It's too easy. Just give me all the screams at this point.
Oh, I hate that.
2 of the 3 judges have said they hate my game. I don't. That can't be good for me. I knew he would love that one. I knew he'd love that one.
Oh, it's my stream room. This is my couch. That's my chair. This is my plant in... Oh my god. And this is me playing Super Auto Pets. Thank you for following the channel. I appreciate that. This is Twitch, though, just to be clear. You screenshotted a Twitch one.
Okay, shut up.
Are there any pills on the desk?
Oh, he's smart. He's a gamer. He's a gamer.
Bigger in potential.
He's kind of nailing this game. I probably made it too easy.
I swear it's a collector's item, Nami in a jar.
W joke for the fans. Yeah, it might be a little buggy.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm so funny. Guys, I am so funny. I'm so funny.
Okay. This game is like 5 Ludwig jokes and then don't touch the ground with 1 jump scare and then GG.
No. It's so... I don't like it.
I made a water slide horror game on Scratch, where your friend goes missing after your trip to the water park, so you sneak back down the water slide at night, only to find out it's too late to rescue your friend, and you're next. And I also got a Scratch Noob to make a water slide horror game.
How do you do this?
And we're gonna see which game turns out better.
You're going down, Polly.
I really doubt that. So this guy, Lorez, makes insane Scratch horror games. This video is inspired by him. And at 500,000 subscribers, if you're watching this, Lorez, I want to challenge you to a Scratch horror game competition. But in the meantime, I need to practice my skills by challenging every Scratch YouTuber, starting with my friend Aya, who barely knows how to use Scratch. So I'm going to study Lorez's projects to see what exactly makes a Scratch horror game so good. This is Stacks, a Scratch mod that has a lot of insane hacks that are going to be super helpful for this challenge. For now, it has a Q&A mode that lets you ask questions about any Scratch game. So I'm just gonna upload Lorez's project. And first things first, ask, how did he make the jump scare? And it gives you a full tutorial on how to do it yourself. This is actually a great way to get better at Scratch, and I'm gonna need it. But before we can add our own jump scare, we need a monster. Okay, so because you're at a water park, I think the monster has to be a lifeguard. Oh, we're cooking, we're cooking. So this is Jerry, the friendly lifeguard, keeping everybody safe. But Jerry is not who he seems. He's going to eat you. And he can even walk. Look at this. I'm honestly like a professional Scratch artist at this point. But we still have the most important part. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. So I kind of want to have him like jump up and like come at you like meow. Okay, this is gonna be sick. And look, we have a tutorial right here on exactly how to implement it. Wow. All right, let's see if it looks good. There we go, there we go. Our game is already scary, look at that. But it's still missing one thing. Okay. Perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so now that we have a monster, we need to make it chase the player. So most of the game is going to take place on a water slide. So I think the movement should be like swimming. So I tried to make the cat swim, but it kind of just looks like his neck is broken. So I just put him in one of those tube things. And then we also have one for when the game gets scary mode. So let's try and make this move. So the next thing Stacks can do is literally write code for you. So I'm just gonna tell it to make the player follow the mouse. All right, so this is a start, but this does not feel like swimming at all. The player should move smoothly and slowly toward the mouse. Okay, this feels a lot better. This feels like we're swimming now. All right, now we gotta make this guy move. So switch between the two costumes and move left. Wait, this actually looks so sick. Look at that. Oh God, get away. Get away, get away, get away. And then the last thing we need to do is, if touching player, start the jump scare. All right, now our player and our monster should work. So. I'm scared, I'm scared. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, now scared. I'm actually scared. Okay, it kind of worked. Okay, and now the player has 3 lives because this game is not going to be easy. So, if you touch him, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, but before we finish the gameplay, you cannot have a horror game without a story. Give me the best possible story for a water slide horror game.
After a long day at the water park, Scratch Cat suddenly realizes his friend has gone missing. The last place he saw him? The slide. Determined, Scratch Cat sneaks back down the slide, looking for clues. Your friend's sneaker, his hat, his goggles. Something doesn't feel right, and Scratch Cat's suspicions are confirmed when he gets to the bottom of the slide and finds Jerry, the lifeguard, grinning, his teeth slick and dripping. Jerry ate your friend, and he's still hungry.
That's actually freaky. Okay. All right, so that means our horror game needs to start at the top of the water slide. And one thing that all of these Scratch horror games do to tell the story is they have these little like dialogue bubbles where it goes like and I don't know how to do that. So, how did he make the dialogue? This is definitely my favorite feature in Stacks. All right, so now I shouldn't be here after closing. But my friend is missing. And then you press space and you can move around. Look at that, look at that. And then let's add in Jerry, just kind of chilling right here, and make it so you can go up and talk to him. Just look at him, isn't he so friendly? All right, so if you go up and talk to Jerry, oh no, your friend is missing? Why don't you go down and take a look? He literally ate him and you have no idea. It's crazy. This lore is so crazy. All right, I forgot to animate the cat walking, so when moving, cycle between the 2 costumes. There we go. Look at that animation. All right, so this game is made up of 2 sections. There's the beginning where you're going down the slide, you know, looking for some clues, but it's not very difficult. But then you make it to the bottom of the slide, you realize, oh shoot, I'm gonna get eaten alive. So then you're going back up the slide and it's going to get way harder. And you're being chased. All right, so we'll probably have 4 screens when you're going down the water slide and then 4 screens when you're going back up. So the first one could just be something super simple. Okay, so now you can go down the water slide. All right, now you should be able to go deeper and deeper into the water slide. But as you go down, you'll start to find some clues, starting with your friend's hat. My friend's hat. I guess it fell off. There we go. You know, I guess that could be a coincidence. Until you find your friend's goggles. His goggles too? What's the flip? And you will know for sure that something isn't right when you find his sneaker. I don't know why he had shoes